Hello everyone, this is Miss Chelsea and today we will be learning about atoms and the atomic theory. Today we'll be learning a little bit more about matter, or anything that has mass and takes up space. All matter is made up of something called atoms. An atom is the smallest basic unit of an element. They make up almost everything around you. They consist of three parts, or subatomic particles. These are the proton, which has a positive charge, the neutron, which has a neutral, aka no charge, or an electron, which has a negative charge. So, what are the parts of an atom exactly? First of all, you need to know that the nucleus is the center of the atom. It contains both protons and neutrons and has no net charge. A proton is a positively charged subatomic particle. These exist only inside the nucleus. Neutrons have neutral charge or no charge and are also inside of the nucleus. Electrons, on the other hand, have a negative charge and they exist in the electron cloud outside of the nucleus. Now, these particles are actually very small, so scientists measure their size in something called atomic mass units, or AMU. Each proton has a mass of 1 AMU, and each neutron also has a mass of 1 AMU. However, electrons are very, very small. They're so much smaller than protons and neutrons that 1,800 electrons could fit inside a single proton. So the atomic mass unit is thought of to be 0 for electrons. Go ahead, pause the video and try the checkpoint question. Keep in mind the answer should be in your notes. Remember how we just said that protons and neutrons have about the same mass, but electrons are so much smaller? Well, let's look at some different characteristics of atoms based on these subatomic particles. First of all, the atomic number is the number of protons in the nucleus of the atom. This number can identify which element an atom represents. It's like the atom's fingerprint. For example, each oxygen atom will have 8 protons, so oxygen has an atomic number of 8. Remember, every atom of a particular element will have the same number of protons. The number of neutrons, however, can vary. When two atoms have the same number of protons but different number of neutrons, we call them isotopes. Isotopes of an atom will have a different mass because of the different number of neutrons. So, to identify an isotope, we need to use something called the mass number. The mass number is the sum of the protons and the neutrons in an atom. It approximates the mass of the atom. Now that we've talked about the nucleus, let's talk about the electron cloud, or the area surrounding the nucleus of an atom that contains electrons. Scientists have not yet found a way to predict the position of an electron in an atom. There are only some guesses. So the cloud represents where they are most likely to be found. Not to say that the electrons aren't found elsewhere, it's just these are the places they're most likely found. Now, an atom that has gained or lost electrons is referred to as an ion. Atoms that gain electrons or gain negatives have a negative charge. They are anions. On the other hand, an atom that loses electrons becomes less negative, aka positive, and a positive ion is called a cation. So before we go ahead and try to answer the second checkpoint question. How can you identify an isotope? You should be able to find the answer in your notes.